My sister is sabotaging my marriage and my pregnancy. Should she be at the birth? This is OKOP, home of the craziest stories on earth. This comes from Throwaway Pink Boats. And they say, okay, so the key players in this story are me, female 27, my husband, Kareem, 40, and my little sister, Tasha, 13, and my mom, 58. For context, my mom and dad had Tasha as a last resort to fix their failing marriage. Best way to save a marriage, they say. I'm nearly 9 months pregnant, like legit 3 weeks out, and my husband is a second-generation immigrant. We weren't trying, but we were excited when we found out about the first baby. We were waiting until we were out of the first trimester and told everyone after that, because like sometimes you could have like a miscarriage and stuff. Kareem's family are super excited and can't wait to bring the baby to their home country. My mom was happy when we told her, but made some grumbling remarks about being young to be a grandma. I presume she was joking. My dad we told separately. He gets on great with my husband, and he said he would help Kareem and I with anything baby related. At first, Tasha, so Tasha is the 13-year-old little sister, was excited about talking about how she's the youngest auntie, and it was cute. She is spoiled. I don't want to call her a brat, but she can get an attitude when things don't happen how she wants. But then once we told everyone we were having a girl, she went quiet. We didn't do a big announcement, just told people when we saw them. We both have busy jobs, and I kept working until recently. Luckily, I can work remotely if needed. My dad was excited to be a girl granddad. In some ways, I've been closer with him after the divorce. My mom put all her effort into Tasha and making sure she was okay as she was the youngest. She's a bit of a golden child for my mom. Kareem's family got him a t-shirt that has a joke about being a girl dad on it. I've always said he gives off girl dad energy, so it's funny. When I got big around the 5 months mark, I was really ill. I had hyperemesis gravidarum and was admitted to a hospital. Riley, what is that? Sounds like a Harry Potter spell.
It is.
Intractable vomiting during pregnancy. That sounds rough.
Leading to weight loss.
Don't like that. Don't like that. I have a heart condition, so there was always worry about side effects during the pregnancy. Tasha refused to visit me in hospital, meaning my mom didn't come either. But I understood why a 13-year-old girl might not want to come to a hospital. However, she's become so standoffish and rude to myself and my husband. Scoffing when we talk about baby girl, joking how emotional I was, saying more trouble than it's worth with my heart. She said we stole her favorite name when we announced it as Adley. She's never said that name before. She also joked about how fat I had gotten. Kareem had enough and told her to grow up. But my mom defended Tasha, saying she's probably just a bit jealous about no longer being the youngest in the family anymore. That sounds a little bratty, Tasha.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very spoiled.
Very spoiled.
Not liking this vibe.
Not at all. I mean, you're definitely seeing like youngest sibling jealousy. I tried to talk and ask her what's wrong, but she got an attitude again and told me I made everything about the baby and myself.
No, you're making this about yourself.
Yeah. How dare you make it about you and your baby that you're about to have like in like a literal, like a week or two.
Yeah, this time is for her. Like, let her have this moment.
Yeah, she's about to pop. She
Come
needs
on.
to be like comfortable. We were discussing my birthing plan on a family FaceTime. Typical self-absorbed mother talking about a birthing plan. That's probably what Tasha is saying. And how I have planned to have a C-section to reduce the stress on my heart. I'm a bit nervous, but I've had surgery before. I was trying to get my dad to calm Kareem down and asked if he'd be in the waiting room. He was really happy and asked if he could bring his good friend. We all know she's his girlfriend, but they won't admit it. I like that little like drama on the side.
Little side story.
I got a call from my mom and Tasha, who were really angry I hadn't invited them to the birth or told them I had planned a C-section. I told them Tasha had complained about me only speaking about the baby, and my mom told me not to be so flippant. Tasha was rolling her eyes when mom asked about the surgery. And I know she's 13, but something about it seems so calculated from her. I don't know, Riley. Do you think it's calculated or do you think she's been 13?
I think she's being 13.
I think she's being 13.
I'm feeling 13.
I mean, like, middle schoolers can be cruel for sure.
Oh, yeah.
But saying calculated to a 13-year-old seems like a bit much.
Yeah, but also we don't see the full thing. And in these moments, you got to trust your gut.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, definitely you don't need to have her
Yeah.
around you, especially if she's not a good vibe for the pregnancy. You know, like
Yeah.
the birth should be about like you, your baby, and you know your husband, your like immediate family.
Yeah.
You don't need to be playing like familial politics at that point. You know.
Yeah, but like low key, I have thoughts on this. I need a little bit more
Okay.
context.
All right,
a little
let's
bit
keep
more
going.
context.
Let's keep going. My mom asked to be there, and I said she could be in the waiting room if she would be nice to dad. Tasha started talking about how long it would take, but I informed her she was only invited to visit after Adley had been born. So basically, Tasha is kind of banned from the birth. Now, her and mom are blowing up, saying I'm cruel for letting a random friend of dad's visit, but not letting my little sister be there for her niece's birth. I'm sad as I hope the pregnancy would bring my mom and I closer, but alas. And edit, I just remembered something else that happened. Tasha walked into our garden one afternoon without any notice to tell us and saw us making out on the swing chair. Nothing scandalous, but my hormones have been all over the place. She made a comment, no wonder you're pregnant. It's all that you do. She's also been perfectly nice to Cream throughout the pregnancy. It's just me she has an attitude with. And there is a thick, juicy edit from the next day. But what do we think so far?
I don't think there's a problem. Like, no one should be there while you're giving birth. It should just be like you and the father, I feel like. How many people were there at your birth, Sam?
I don't know. I'm pretty sure I was at my sister's. But I don't know if I was in the actual room.
Yeah, like being around's cool.
But it sounds like they're just in the waiting room outside.
Oh.
They're not like in the delivery room.
Yeah. I feel like OP, you need to like set the mood whenever Tasha comes because you're going to have a newborn and I feel like you have more power of setting the mood and getting rid of like the teenage angstiness. You know?
While she's in the waiting room?
Not while she's in the waiting room, but whenever she comes to visit. Because if she's in the waiting room, that doesn't affect you whatsoever. But whenever she comes to visit your baby, that's when it becomes.
Yeah, but do you want like
an angsty
but
teenager?
Like the thing is like in the waiting room, she can cause a ruckus. She could be like, no, I want to see the baby now, or this is taking so much time. And then she could pull your mother away. You know?
Yeah.
And so she's like, all right, she can come after the baby's delivered.
Yeah, that makes sense. Like, that makes sense. Why is this a
Especially
big deal?
because she's had a history of being kind of a little.
Yeah. Yeah. But I'm just saying OP has an opportunity now to set the mood.
Yeah.
And like,
I don't know. What do you think? Do you think you would have someone like Tasha in your waiting room, or would you banish her? What would you do? Put your answers in the comments.
Yeah, I'm curious.
So, edit. The next day. As some people can't seem to understand, I'll reiterate. I've tried connecting to Tasha. I've tried communicating and comforting her. I've tried getting her excited about being an auntie. She's made cruel comments about my weight. I used to have an eating disorder. How I'm a attention seeker to get pregnant. She's literally slammed a door in me, causing me to hurt myself. She's been all over my husband, but ignoring me to my face. She's made a comment about me not keeping my legs shut. This isn't about her being confused. She knows what childbirth and pregnancy is. She also banned our mom from visiting me when I rushed to the hospital and had complained about me talking about the baby, so I didn't include her in conversations about the birth. She's not angry because I'm trying to keep her away from the baby. She's angry because I'm pregnant and she will no longer be the youngest girl. I'd like to add the family dynamic was pretty good until I got pregnant. She was my mom's favorite, but dad doesn't do favorites.
That makes a lot more sense.
I mean, what do you even do with a kid like that? I feel like it needs to come from the mom, but it doesn't seem the mom is going to do anything.
Yeah.
Because the mom is like the one who's parenting her.
Yeah, this reminds me of Rugrats. Whenever the little brother was introduced to the family, the first Rugrats movie.
Yeah, I didn't watch it. You watched the Rugrats movies?
Yeah.
I watched the Simpsons movie, but never the Rugrats.
The Rugrats.
Does it go off?
Well, like
pretty good.
Tommy, his brother Dill is in the picture, so Tommy it spends the whole movie figuring out what it's like to not be the only child, to be an older brother. So I feel like this is very similar. Like, it's just a phase. It's a phase.
Yeah.
You have to be a rock while she's the waves.
Yeah, because I mean, she is a child and you are an adult, so like you need to be more mature one.
She's literally a teenager, so.
But I don't think that means you have to have her at the birth.
No.
Update 2 days from the OG post. I want to address the comments saying I'm a bad sister. I hate Tasha. I need to reassure and comfort her and show her sympathy. We had a normal relationship until I announced my baby was a girl. Then she got an attitude change, but only with me. She's blocked my number and runs away from me when I try to talk to her. She complains, saying all I do is talk about the baby, so I thought I wouldn't go into detail about the birth if she wasn't interested, and tried to encourage us to spend time together before the birth. I got nothing in return. She physically pushed me and banned my mom from visiting me in the hospital when I was sick. I said Dad's friend could visit, not stay, as she has given us some stuff for the baby. Mom hadn't been involved with me or the baby because of Tasha, which is fine, but why would they then want to be at the birth? I've been trying to reach out and ask her reasons for being so horrible to me, calling me names and saying things about my baby, but she ignores me and won't talk to me. So I don't know what else I'm expected to do. I appreciate being a 13-year-old girl is hard. I was one once, but I didn't act like this. It's not my place to have to parent Tasha when she has two parents, a mom that spoils her, and when I'm about to have my own baby.
Yikes.
It does seem like the mom needs to step in and it just like isn't.
Yeah. She's not doing her job.
She's not doing her job.
Dang.
And is there anything like OP can do, you think? Like what would you do in OP's position?
It honestly sounds like she's done a lot already. Like try to comfort her, talk to her, but she's physically pushing her away. I feel like still keep that welcoming, like, hey, if you need to talk, let's talk.
I'm here.
But you figure this out on your own.
Yeah.
When you're ready, I'm here.
Sometimes like trying to bridge the gap actually like pushes that person further away.
Yeah. They gotta want to mend it.
Yeah. Cause they have to help you build that bridge. You can't just build a one-man bridge.
Yeah. What would you do?
I would probably not have her at the birth for sure. And like, just like probably at least for this time period, make less of an effort to, or maybe not less an effort, but force the relationship less.
Yeah. It does sound a little bit forcey.
Yeah. My pregnancy has been hard and risky, and there is still a chance my daughter could be born with a heart defect. This and all the stress that has been caused by my mom and Tasha has meant I've not been able to enjoy my pregnancy. Is pregnancy enjoyable? Let us know in the comments.
I'm gonna be for real. My cousin had an enjoyable pregnancy. Okay, story time.
Okay, story time. Let's get to it at the end. I'd hoped it would make our mom want to be involved with me, but unfortunately, Tasha has done everything she can to ensure my mom has not been involved or helpful. Whilst my husband is patient and polite, he doesn't like the way they are treating me, and he certainly doesn't like the pressure it has put on me. Tasha and mom turned up unannounced to our house today, wanting another explanation as to why they couldn't be at the hospital. I again said, as long as mom was civil to dad, she could be in the waiting room, but Tasha would have to visit after I've rested and made sure the baby girl is okay. I have a conspiracy theory.
What's that? What do you got?
I think there's going to be some infighting between the mom and the dad. OP's mom and dad.
Yeah.
I feel like we're being set up for them to start fighting in the waiting room. I think it's going to happen, dude.
Yeah,
because like, all out brawl.
The dad's bringing his new side piece with him.
Oh, yeah. Dude, and especially if the mom doesn't know about this friend being the side piece. Well, not even a side piece, main piece.
Main piece.
New main piece.
Ooh, hands will be thrown. I'm ready for it.
Yeah, dude. I'm ready for the drama.
Dude, I wonder what the like, I don't know if it's the husband or her partner. I wonder what her partner's like feeling through all this.
He says he doesn't like it. Kareem is like, I'm not about this fucking shit, dude.
Dang. What a dad. He's in dad mode.
Let's get back to reality and see what really happens.
Dude, I can't wait to see John Fry in dad mode.
No, dude. He's going to crush. I said she had moaned all of the pregnancy. She says that it's all I ever talked about. So surely she has no reason to want to be there. She got angry and threw a mug at the wall saying she wanted to be there and that's where everyone else would be, and she shouldn't have to be on her own and bored.
Okay, she's the attention seeker.
Dude, throwing a mug at the wall, wow. I told her it was not a fun day out. I would be having major surgery, and people want to meet my daughter. She screamed, saying I'm an attention whore for not giving birth the normal way, and demanded our mom that they go home, which is when the mom stepped in and said, no, honey, that's not okay to say.
I wish.
We wished, but they left quickly as they had arrived. I don't know what my mom plans on doing, but yeah.
Dude, the mom really needs to say something here.
And just isn't. Like, this is how brats are born.
Yes.
Absent parents.
Yikes. Start believing in star signs soon.
Yeah, dude. It's a slippery slope. Buys a crystal.
Whew.
Starts saying Mercury's retrograde. That's why threw a cup at the ceiling.
And then she'll just like blame it all on her being a Pisces.
Yeah, dude. It is Pisces season though.
Crazy.
Sometimes I do feel like throwing a cup at the wall.
But you don't.
But I feel like it.
But you don't do it though.
I don't know. I could be convinced it is Pisces season.
It is Pisces season, but like
I feel like I threw a cup at the wall. It's like a Taylor Swift lyric. It must be. Taylor Swift, I threw a cup at the wall. I threw a cup at the wall because you showed me just one of your
Gotta be on her new album.
balls.
Nope.
Dang. So, well, those of you who have said to not tell anyone when I gave birth were right in a way. Woke up to cramps and blood-tinged water in our bed.
Aw.
So Kareem rushed me to the hospital where my OB said I was in early labor caused by all the stress, most likely. Dude, literally this 13-year-old may cause so much stress that it jeopardizes the pregnancy. That's crazy.
And it's not good for the baby because the
Not good for the
baby
baby.
might have complications.
The baby's going to be stressed.
Yikes.
There was too much pressure on my heart and it was causing the baby to be in distress. So they put me under and gave me an emergency C-section. I woke up this morning to my husband holding our beautiful daughter in his arms. She's perfect with a healthy heart and a good pair of lungs.
Aw.
She's so beautiful and I didn't know I could love something so much. She's such a good girl and we spent the morning together as a family. We will be inviting my dad to the hospital tomorrow. Thank you for your help and wishes and sorry I couldn't respond to many, but it's been very chaotic.
Aw.
And happy ever after.
Dude.
Happy ever after. The story ends not right there. We got another juicy, thick update where I'm guessing things go awry.
No. Why can't we have nice things?
We can't. So this is 5 days from the original post.
Okay.
After giving birth yesterday, I have to stay in for a week as it was an emergency surgery. As we had rushed to the hospital, we didn't have all the things I will need, so Kareem went home to pack a bag of things for me. He stopped off at my dad's and apparently Tasha was with him.
Interesting.
Kareem was polite and dad was asking lots of questions about Adley and I. He left the room to get the presents he and his girlfriend had gotten for us, and Kareem was left with Tasha. Apparently, she was all over him, but not asking any questions about myself or Adley. Kareem said she threw herself at him and tried to kiss him. Dude, this girl is like actively trying to destroy
Home wrecking.
OP's wife.
She's 13 too. This is
Yeah.
oh.
I feel like, all right, now that I'm like reading the rest, remember that moment where it's like we were like calculating? I feel like now it feels calculated.
Yeah, she's
Feels
definitely calculating now.
Yeah, she's calculating.
Yikes.
But he swerved and got up abruptly, telling my dad that they needed to do something with Tasha and she was getting out of control. He told me what happened as soon as he got back to the hospital. He's really worried that my mother will make him out to be a bad person.
Aw.
I think my dad has cameras in his house. So I'm going to ask him if there is any in the hallway.
Oh, because she could like say something.
Yeah, I mean, I could see her trying to get Kareem in trouble.
Yeah.
And there is an edit. Tasha has texted me. Safe to say she's not being abused and no, my mother doesn't have any male friends in the house. Tasha sent me a text saying she was sorry for trying to kiss Kareem, but I've stolen everyone's attention. And apparently even our mother was asking about me yesterday. What, about the recent birth? She sometimes literally refers to her mother as her mother. She then said I had to make it all about me by having Adley early, and she wanted someone to pay attention to her and felt like Kareem hadn't spent enough time with her recently. He's been kind to Tasha in the past. We've had her at the house and had taken her on trips, but he's obviously been busy making sure me and the baby have been okay during the pregnancy. Oh my God, she is such an attention. She literally called OP an attention whore, but like, look at him here. Like she is vying for all the attention.
That's exactly what I've been thinking this whole time.
Yeah.
Looking in a mirror.
Do you not see the paradox?
Yikes. Do you think it's because we've been staring at each other through a mirror this whole time?
I think it's romantic.
Hmm.
Mirror, mirror on the wall. Who's the fairest producer of them all?
Ooh.
Riley.
Mirror on the wall. Who's the fairest podcast host of them all? Sam.
Go! I beat out John.
I don't see him through a mirror.
Oh, that's true.
Anyways,
That's
this
true.
is whack. Look in the
Anyway,
mirror.
Honestly, I feel like I've been blind to her showing her crush on Kareem. It never crossed my mind, but if I look back, I can remember her saying things or doing things that weren't out of love for an uncle. Honestly, he feels really bad about it and has promised he's never done anything to give her that impression, which I 100% know. If I thought she had been groomed, I'd be out of the hospital bed and in her room right now. We've tried putting her in therapy, but she refuses, saying she isn't weak and doesn't need it like me. Damn, dude, every chance she gets, she's fucking just doing haymakers at OP.
Yikes, dude, this is,
All right, Riley, super fucked up, obviously. Like, Tasha's like a mean girl.
This is horrible.
But she knows how to throw some haymakers.
Yeah.
Like, she's pulling every trick in the book.
She's watching reality TV shows in her free time.
She's watching Mean Girls and being the meanest of the girls.
Yeah. That's crazy. How could a 13-year-old do that? Was Sophia like this at 13?
No. But she did blame everything on me. She would stub her toe and say, Sam!
Gosh, dude.
Yeah.
I can only imagine.
Yeah. So, update. This is 6 months later.
Do it in a, you know how to do it.
Hi, y'all.
Thank you.
How you doing? Brad. So 3 months after my last update, I'd recovered from surgery, and Kareem, Adley, and I have been able to go on a trip to the countryside to de-stress.
Aww.
The countryside.
Adley's in the Oh.
They're all together. Happy family.
Dude.
Super cute.
Let's go.
When I get a random DM on Instagram, and when I looked, she was following Tasha. Let's call her Lily. Well, Lily tells me that she needed to ask me something because Tasha has been telling their friend group something worrying. I bet you don't know what I'm going to say.
Oh God. What is she going to say, dude? What is she going to say? She's about to die.
Tasha had been going around school saying that her and my husband were having an affair. I couldn't even respond. I was so effing livid. Never mind how weird it is for her. It's so dangerous to be saying that even among her friends. It puts my husband at such risk to be accused of awful things. So that was it. I'd had enough. I floored it to my mother's house and slammed in to find Tasha. She sat there like nothing was happening and just smirked, making my blood boil.
Oh my
I'll admit,
gosh.
I lost it a bit and screamed at her that she was unhinged and needed to be locked up, that it wasn't normal for a 14-year-old to want her sister's husband in life. Our mom came in asking what the hell was wrong with me. I grabbed both Tasha and my mother by their shirts and said she had 1 week to sort her shit out or we were going to the police for defamation.
Oh,
scorched earth.
That's Mama Bear right
Scorched
there.
earth. I just wanted to go home and snuggle my baby, but I stopped at my dad's and filled him in and told him what I told Mom and Tasha. He was completely floored. Lily was good. She said she didn't think what Tasha had been saying was real and thought I needed to know. And she said she told the others that Tasha was lying. I got some messages from my mom that night about me projecting my feelings about not being a good enough mother or wife onto Tasha.
Yo.
I don't breastfeed and at that time was still on maternity leave because of the C-section, but I intended to not be off work too long. Would be sending her to daycare. And she made comments on my weight, how I was scared of struggling with my eating disorder again postpartum.
Dude,
the mom is terrible.
During this time, you need to be very sensitive to a mother that has just had a child. Why?
I mean, the mom is just playing favorites with Tasha. But how terrible is Tasha, dude?
This is horrible.
Tasha had told her how she had no clue what I was on about. She really knew where to hit me, I won't lie. Kareem told me, put my phone off and rest, so I did. When I woke up, Adley was in the bath and Kareem had ordered food in. We consulted with our lawyer and made a statement to the police about all of the abuse and lies we suffered from Tasha and my mom. We were told that they were both warned to stop, otherwise we would try to press charges. I've tried to avoid them since, although I've heard them berating me and my parenting through others. We went to Turkey to see Kareem's family for Christmas, and it was lovely.
Aw.
An irrelevant comment, at least your sister's friend are starting to see the truth. Thank you. Yes, I think her friends are freaked out by her spiraling behavior. We have a text from beforehand stating she tried to kiss Kareem because she was jealous, so our lawyer said that is useful.
Yikes. Yikes.
But
Yikes.
that is an end
wow
to this story.
She was very calculated. We had more
Super calculating. What a
context.
terrible sister.
That is so bad. Is this psychopathic behavior?
I think it could be.
Is this in that category?
I think it could be. You know, like it's
At first, it was giving anxious,
very jealous. I mean, it's
teenager.
definitely jealous, but like to hate at this level seems kind of, I don't know.
Bonkers.
Like, what else is going on in her life? Or is it really just a kid?
Yeah.
Because it seemed like everything was normal beforehand. I wonder for anyone in the comments, like, have you ever experienced something like this?
Yeah.
Where either a kid, a significant other, someone close to you has gotten jealous because of a new baby.
Yeah.
I would love to hear.
Like, it seems like she's on a mission.
Yeah, to destroy OP's life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yikes.
But you know what I want to destroy?
What?
This next story.
I have an okay story time.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe before that, we can do an okay story time with
Oh.
Riley. Riley, what's your okay story time?
So earlier you asked if anyone has had a easy pregnancy or easy birthing. My cousin did, apparently.
How?
So
What do you
like
mean?
I don't really understand. Everyone that has explained pregnancy to me
Sounds like it's tough.
sounds
dude.
horrible, but like whenever she was talking about it,
Get
she was
weird
like,
cravings.
it
and
was,
like your feet hurt.
yeah, but she was like, the birthing was just a breeze. She said she got the shot in the back, like the baby was easy to come out. She's 24, this is her first
Yeah.
kid. And like she has a picture of this. She was gonna
She said that the
So-
birth was easy, but was the pregnancy easy too?
well, listen about the birth. She like birthed the child herself. Like she got the baby out of her.
Like she like yanked it.
Like she got it out herself and like took
Wow.
pictures of it and showed it to
She's
my
like,
mom.
she's like holding it like a fish. Hey, look at this one.
I don't know.
Big old catch.
I was so scared to like even ask or even comprehend what that would look like.
Wow.
But it seemed like her pregnancy was pretty simple too. She was like, the baby was like 6 pounds or
Easy.
something.
Oh yeah, 6 pounds. Like you were an 8-pound baby, right?
Yeah. Do you know what my brothers were?
10.
They were like 9 pounds,
My
12 ounces, 9
God.
pounds, 10 ounces, 3 in a row. 9 pounds, 12 ounces, 9 pounds, 10 ounces, 9 pounds, 11 ounces.
Your mom's
and
a
I was
saint.
the smallest. I was an 8 pound, 6.
Your mom is a
It's
saint.
crazy.
How on the note of easy pregnancy, so there's easy pregnancies, right?
Okay.
Like where it just pops out easy. But apparently, and let me know if this is true in the comments, there are some pregnancies where the mother will orgasm during childbirth.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Did your mom orgasm during childbirth?
God, there have been so many like TV skits in my head about this.
I heard that's the thing people do now. Where it's
That's
like,
crazy.
they like masturbate through the pregnancy.
That is so.
Has anyone ever done that? Let us know in the comments.
I don't even want to comment on that.
Yeah.
Wow, but you know what I do want to comment on?
Let's hit this next story. Am I the a-hole for refusing to go to my sister's wedding, knowing that it means most of our family won't attend? What do you think, Riley?
She's a trendsetter.
Trendsetter. Dude, the family listens. So this comes from Old Direction 2968. I, 40 female, am significantly older than my sister, 25 female.
15 years?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Quick math. As such, after she was born, I was repeatedly looked over and parentified by my parents in favor of her, similar to the last story. Examples of this include giving my old clothes and toys to her without my permission, rather than preserving them as a keepsake of my childhood. In short, my inner child has had to do a lot of healing over the years. I am low contact with my parents and sister, but apparently she is engaged and wants me to be part of the wedding party.
Okay, I really do not see a problem with
Giving your old clothes.
old clothes, maybe toys.
and
Like if
toys.
you had like certain
don't know.
Barbies and stuff like that you
Dude,
wanted
my
to keep.
parents gave away my car that I bought to my sister for free.
Yeah, but like I don't see a problem with the clothes. Maybe the toys.
Also, I had to buy my car for my parents. My parents just gave my sister her car.
Isn't it funny how that goes? Isn't it funny how that goes?
And they didn't even give me a deal. They just gave it to her.
Dude. Yeah, I had that growing up. Like I would buy like a DS and then my brother like 2 weeks later would get it for free. And I'm like, what?
Wait, Tate? And Tate's not even that much younger than you.
No,
Like,
dude,
what's like a
dude,
year?
I hate to say this. He was so spoiled. Okay, story time.
Okay,
So
story time.
spoiled.
Okay, story time. We'll get to
growing
it.
up.
We'll get to it. Okay. Now, I'm not comfortable around children of any age. It is part of my trauma. Being around them for me comes with a sense of responsibility that reminds me of the neglect I suffered at the hands of my family.
Aw.
My sister knows this, So I assumed with her asking me to be in the wedding that the wedding would be child free. Wait, she's that adamant that she doesn't want to be next to children?
That's.
Well, I don't know.
She's pretty traumatized, I guess.
I haven't heard enough to validate the trauma yet. You know?
Yeah.
So
How
I
many
don't know.
more
Maybe
contexts?
it still could be that like there was a lot of trauma, but right now it just sounds like her sister got hand-me-downs and she was upset about it. That's what it sounds like. Does it not sound like that?
That's the only thing we have.
That's the only thing we have, and that's what it sounds like.
She's making a big deal out of it.
We're definitely like boiling it down way too simply.
Yeah,
but
watch like something also terrible happen and we get like,
yeah. But I see you in the comments if you know we're going to be wrong. During a discussion, she mentioned her fiance's best friend's daughter would be serving as a flower girl and our cousin's son would be the ring bearer. I reminded her that I would not be comfortable around children and expressed my disappointment that she would invite me to be in a wedding that is not child-free.
dude, I'm against weddings that are child free.
Kind of weird.
It is weird.
I don't know.
Like-
I've never been to one of those.
But if you have kids that like need to be on, what do you call those things? Like
a leash,
a leash, then
maybe don't have them.
yeah.
But well-behaved kids, I think that's fine.
Yeah, it's about family.
She looked sad for a second and told me that there were many young children and families that are close to her and her fiance, and the day would feel incomplete without them.
Oh,
And if I really wasn't comfortable around children to that extent, she would understand if I am unable to attend. I was shocked that she would uninvite me in the favor of random kids. And it reminded me of being thrown aside in favor of her when we were young. So I left to collect myself.
whoa.
Pause.
Whoa.
Bro, that is not what's happening here.
Like,
You're asking, OP is asking her to change her wedding?
yeah, but like
Dude, I think OP's the a-hole.
OP's the a-hole. And like she was like that she would uninvite me. She didn't uninvite you. She just said she understands if you can't make it.
Yeah. She's not going to uninvite all of these kids of her friends and
So
family.
her sister that doesn't really even like her will attend.
Yeah. Exactly. That's a great point. She OP went no contact to low contact with this sister. Bro.
Sister OP is a drama queen.
I attempted to ask my parents to talk some sense into her. But surprise, surprise, they took her side. At this point, I was deeply hurt and needed an outlet. So I did something that wow. So this is not even what makes her the a-hole.
Oh God.
So I did something that might make me the a-hole. This is going to be so a-holey if OP thinks that this might make her the a-hole and not everything that came before. I am friends with some other family members on Facebook, and I made a post about how my sister was kicking me out of the wedding and that my parents were taking her side, all because of the trauma that they contributed to themselves. I didn't go into detail because I didn't think it was anyone's business. I just wanted to vent.
Oh my
Your sister isn't
gosh.
kicking you out of the wedding.
Isn't that defamation in a way?
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, I don't know if it's legally reprehensible or like legally binding, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Holy cow.
I didn't. Now people are apparently refusing to go to my sister's wedding unless I am reinstated as part of the wedding. She and my parents are begging me to come, but still refusing to budge on the children being there. So it doesn't make much difference to me. I do feel bad because I didn't know that our family would refuse to come, but I cannot go to an event that has that many children running around or retract my statement because I don't want the family to think I lied, which you did.
You lied.
You did. Am I the a-hole for refusing to go?
Yes.
It's so obviously yes. What an asshole.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, and there is a slight edit. For those of you suggesting therapy, I am in therapy. My therapist is incredible and helped me realize how heavily my past affected me. I have yet to discuss the Facebook post with her, but we'll see what she has to say.
Whoa.
Bro,
Oh my gosh.
this therapist needs to be fired.
Dude.
The therapist is not giving good advice.
Yeah. I've
Wow.
noticed something with therapists that some people go to therapists just to soothe their ear, and that's not a great thing.
Yeah.
That's not a great thing. I have a question for you.
Yeah.
How does the sister tell everyone that she lied? Like, what do you do to clap back and be like, hey, these are lies? I have an idea. I've said it before, but I have an idea.
Do we have receipts or something?
All of this was over word of mouth.
Yeah.
Like-
I feel like what has to happen is like have receipts of some sort. Hopefully
Yeah.
there's like a text conversation, and then individually reinvite all of these people. I say, hey, or just give the it's like, hey, my sister will only come if the wedding's child free. I don't want to make it child free.
Yeah. My go-to, make a TikTok while you're doing makeup. And this is a juicy story. We're reading it, and then you're saying it, and you'll feel the peer pressure of the family. The family's like maybe like 30, 40 people max, and you have hundreds of thousands of people on your side, maybe even millions if your makeup's that on point. Think of that.
That's true. And think of how you could just send that to your family members. Send this to your family members.
Send them this.
Send them this podcast.
Oh my gosh.
Honestly, send them this Reddit post if you find it.
Yeah. No,
But
send them this podcast.
Yeah, send this podcast.
Yeah, they don't need that. We're on the sister side.
But
that's crazy.
Yeah. OP, I mean, definitely the a-hole, at least in my opinion. I want to know what y'all think. Put your answers in the comments below. But Riley, I want to hear about your story time.
Okay, growing up, I'm sorry, Tate, I'm throwing you under the bus. But growing up was tough because, like, I would do, for example, I'd work at the sawmill, and I would work more or do more work than my brother, and we get paid the same. There's like a Bible proverb about this where, like, these people were picking apples and they start at 6 a.m. and then these other people were picking apples, but they start at noon, and then these people started an hour before, but the guy paid everyone the same. Like, there's a proverb. So I grew up with that, but like, it was tough. Like he just would be given things and I would have to work hard for it. And I'm like, wow. But like,
I've
grown with it.
That's just kind of how it is.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, like, same with my sister, right? My parents are much more lenient with her.
Yeah.
Like, but you know, we shouldn't need it.
Yeah, we don't need it.
Dude, we're too strong.
Look at us now.
Look at us now.
If we had that, we probably wouldn't be here.
Yeah, we would be soft.
Coddled.
Yeah, exactly.
Whoa.
We're strong, independent young men.
We're going to get so much hate for that. Anyways, you know what we're not going to get hate for?
This next story. Am I the a-hole for telling my brother that our mom picked me to make medical choices for her in the event that she can't? And this comes from Massive Forum 5270. I, 33 male, have two older brothers, Matt, 35, and Frank, 38. Our father passed a few years back, and not long after, our mother was diagnosed with early onset dementia.
Yikes.
That's rough. At the time, she was still doing fairly well, and was in a place to make competent choices for herself. She began making plans for what to do when she reached a point where she could no longer do so. That included assigning one of us legally to make choices when she couldn't.
Okay.
Frank lives across the country, so my mom never really considered him. She then spoke to me and Matt separately, just in abstract stating her wishes. She had a sizable life insurance policy from her father's passing and wanted to use it to have an in-home aide.
Okay.
She does not want to go into a nursing home unless there is no other choice. Her policy will pay for this alongside her bills, and she'd also qualify for help from the state. It is very important to her that she stay in her own home. I agreed with this and told her I would do everything I could to make it possible. Matt, however, told her that he felt an in-home aide would be a waste of money, given she'd likely need a couple to provide round-the-clock care. Given our jobs and our own families, we couldn't be there long every day, and our mom made it very clear she doesn't want us to let this consume our lives. Though I still plan on visiting daily, even if I couldn't stay long. There were also arguments over mom not wanting to be kept alive by machines as well as organ donation. Given Matt's clear intention to ignore our mother's wishes, she chose me. She did ask me and Frank to keep this quiet. I agreed, though I pointed out it could come out at some point. She insisted he not know, as she didn't want to spend the rest of her time with her facilities intact arguing. Fast forward 3 years, and our mother is slowly getting worse.
Yikes.
She is a part-time aide now, but I know it'll move up to full-time soon. Matt is trying to insist we put her in an assisted living facility. He kept arguing with me. Eventually, I told him that it wasn't his choice. He said, Mom isn't in a place to decide. I said, I know. She left me in charge of that, and showed him a copy of the legal documents. He got very quiet and upset. Then later went to our mom crying, saying how hurt he was. While my mom isn't doing well, she still is somewhat aware of what is going on and is clearly upset that he knows. Frank says I shouldn't have said anything. I feel like I had no other choice because Matt would just keep arguing with me Am I the a-hole?
No.
Okay, well, let's break this down.
Okay.
Who do we know is definitely the a-hole?
Matt.
Matt is definitely like 100% the a-hole for sure. So Matt is the biggest a-hole in this story.
How we feel about Frank?
Frank is a non-player.
No, Frank says he shouldn't have said anything. Like that OP shouldn't have said anything. I'm putting Frank in the a-hole category.
But I don't think he's like he's definitely not as big of an a-hole as Matt.
No, but he still is because
Do I think so?
Frank is not upholding his mother's wishes. So if he was upholding his mother's wishes, he would have supported OP. But he did not.
Frank isn't against supporting the mother's wishes. It seems like Frank is just against telling Matt. Because all right, and I may back Frank up because what happened? Well, Matt's a little whiny bitch, and he went and told mom, and now mom's upset and has dementia. So like
she doesn't know what she's upset about.
I mean, maybe I don't know.
Maybe that was probably.
It's okay.
Someone educate me in the comments.
My grandma has dementia.
Oh dang.
Yeah, I feel bad now, don't you?
I just don't know what that looks like, so I try to make a bad
It's just
joke.
like, I mean, like imagine when she when we're at dinner together, she'll just like say the same thing like a couple times.
Okay.
And we'll or she'll like ask like, hey, can I get you like tea like 6 times?
Mm.
You know? But she's still in the earlier stages of it. I think like eventually it gets like where you forget everything. Like, she still remembers who I am and who
That's
my dad
good.
is and stuff. But it definitely is, dude, it's rough, man.
Yeah.
Dementia is really hard. And the thing that's so assholey about this is to put this on your mom who has dementia and is like much deeper into it now.
Yeah, Matt
is so childish.
Matt should. And how old is Matt? Okay, Matt's 35. Matt's brain scientifically is developed.
Yeah. But I think maybe Frank's like, Matt's a fucking idiot. You shouldn't have told him because he's a whiny baby.
Okay. I thought he said he shouldn't have said anything about Matt's decision to put her into an assisted living facility.
I think he's just like, you shouldn't have told Matt.
Gotcha.
You shouldn't have told
Frank's
Matt.
a neutral.
And I think maybe that is right.
Yeah.
OP shouldn't, because it didn't sound like, because like if the mother wanted Matt to know, he would have told him.
Yeah, but
and
like,
is it respecting the mother's wishes of keeping it quiet to tell Matt?
But Matt is like persistently saying she needs to go into an assisted living facility, and OP's like, no. But Matt's gonna keep pushing it, thinking he's the one that's able to decide. Matt needed to know. And honestly, he showed him legal documents. How else could he have shown him? It didn't sound like he yelled it at him.
Yeah, like I think you are right. At some point, he's gonna need to know.
And like, why not now? It's 3 years later.
No, you're right.
It's
at some
bad.
point, he is gonna need to know.
Yeah.
And OP did keep the secret for 3 years.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
No, you're right. Matt would have had to find out at some point.
Because Matt would have like told the mom, and then she's not in a good place to know what she decided 3 years ago. Yeah, no.
It's just such an asshole move to tell the mom.
God, Matt. Ugh.
Matt, you're ick. You're giving me ick.
Very ick. Do you have an Uncle Matt?
A what?
You have an Uncle Matt?
No.
Okay, I have an Uncle Matt. A lot of people have Uncle Matts.
No. I have an Uncle Dave.
Uncle
Paul,
Dave.
Rick. Mike.
Those are solid uncle names. Dude, you got 4 uncles? Your dad's not a uncle?
So yeah.
You have 3.
Huh? Dave, Mike, Paul, Rick, and then my dad. Yeah, so it's 5, and then there's 5.
Your dad's not an uncle.
I know, but I'm just saying, counting the children. 5.
Oh, okay.
5
4
guys,
uncles.
5 girls.
Wow, dude, good for you. That's awesome.
Big family gatherings. But you know what I want to gather around?
What's that?
This next story.
Dude, bonus story?
Bonus story.
Big bonus story.
Big bonus. All right, let's finish this up, baby. Am I the a-hole for choosing to be with my heartbroken sister for Valentine's Day rather than my husband? And this comes from user Sista Drama P. So,
Ooh.
I, 29 female, am the oldest of 2 siblings, a brother 28 and a sister who I will call Emma 21 for the sake of the post. I'm extremely protective towards my siblings due to our childhood, workaholic parents that were never there. When me and my 30 husband met 7 years ago, I explained I'm basically their mother, and when they need me, I will drop everything to go to them. Even before we got married, I made him promise me that he accepts my loyalty with my siblings and that will always come first. Recently, my sister did something stupid, which caused her childhood sweetheart, whom she'd been with since she was 15, to ghost her. I wonder what. Since the 9th of February, she's been staying at our home, and I've been helping her deal with her first heartbreak, which she's taking bad. Think Bella New Moon bad. Of course, Valentine's being so close, it was going to be hard for her. You can imagine my anger when my husband decorated our bedroom and got me an over-the-top gift basket with extremely expensive makeup/skincare. I don't know if he made a stupid mistake or was trying to be mean, or was he trying to prove a point, as he's been a bit of a crab towards my sister. He hasn't shown her any pity, nor does he support me treating her like an innocent baby.
I see.
On Valentine's Day, he called me and said, get ready. He was taking me out to a surprise. I was honestly needing a break, as I was glad we weren't fighting anymore. While I was getting ready, my sister entered the room and had a breakdown, which ended in a panic attack. She was still crying in my arms when my husband entered our room dressed in a suit. I just mouthed, sorry, and he threw down the roses, screaming, F it, I can't take this shit anymore. He came back around 3 a.m. and slept on the floor of our bedroom by his own wishes. Since then, he hasn't spoken to me. My brother has told me I was in the right, as family comes first, but my friends are on my husband's side.
Dude, what? Stop acting like a baby, dude. Whoa, dude, you got to be sensitive towards this. You've got to be sensitive towards this. Why?
I feel like it depends.
Okay.
You're right. Is this just like one moment? It's just like her sister really feeling terrible, or is this like a constant thing where he feels like his needs are neglected or whatever?
Yeah.
It feels like it's an isolated incident, though.
Yeah, I'm not getting. Okay, so a little bit more context on this. What exactly is the sister's relationship?
So,
Emma's 21.
Emma's 21,
and then she had been with since she was 15 to ghost her. So
the guy, like she's been in this relationship since she was 15.
Yikes!
So like a 6-year relationship. It's a long relationship.
Conspiracy theory: the guy cheated on her, and he doesn't know how to like deal with that.
No.
Wait, what?
I think she cheated on the guy, and does it because OP says her sister messed up.
Oh.
I think it's probably the opposite.
Okay.
But it seems like OP's husband is just like fed up with her tending to her familial needs. But it doesn't seem like something that she's doing like, I don't know. It seems like an isolated incident.
Because the husband's probably like, oh, she cheated or whatever. She did XYZ to her boyfriend. She doesn't need to be treated like a baby.
Yeah.
And then OP's like, but she's my sister. She needs to be caring.
Yeah.
I see where the guy's coming from, but he still needs to be sensitive towards this.
Yeah. I feel like he's not being sensitive enough.
Over dramatic.
And also it's like, I mean, let's go back really quick. So the reason that OP was so mad is OP's husband did like a big grand gesture for Valentine's Day.
Okay.
But her sister was there staying in their house. And so it's like OP's like, I can't believe you did this. Like, you know how insensitive that is to her. And the husband's like, oh, I thought I was just trying to do a nice thing.
Yo, okay. Here's another piece I'm reading back now.
Maybe he's just doing it despite her. I don't know.
Well, like he should understand. Okay. So the second sentence on the story, me and my husband met 7 years ago. I explained to him I'm basically their mother, and when they need me, I will drop everything to go to them. Even before he got married,
which is setting the context of the relationship.
Yeah.
So he should be on board with this.
Like she made him promise that he's okay with that.
Exactly.
You might need to remind him of that. You might have forgot, but
but I could understand him like, all right, let's like give him the benefit of the doubt that he's just doing, like, he's just trying to give a nice gift basket and celebration for Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
And really put a lot of thought and effort into it. I can imagine it feeling bad that like he put all this thought and effort and she's like, I can't believe you did this. My sister's here. You know, like I imagine that could feel bad. I imagine he could feel frustrated. For sure.
Frustrated, but like that's.
But also he has to like realize that what she said initially, like family comes first, and she feels an obligation to her family.
Yeah.
And she said so.
Yeah. This is a tough one.
It's a tough one.
He's an a-hole for being dramatic, but Like,
Yeah.
That's still a tough one. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I would love to know what you guys think. Like, how would you react on either side? You know, if you were OP in OP's position and your husband does this like grand gesture for Valentine's Day, but your sister is there and she's going through a breakup, would you chastise your husband, or what would you do?
Mhm.
And if you were the husband, how would you react to being like, after you do this grand gesture, to be kind of like chastised for it? I would love to know what you guys think. Put your answers in the comments.
Yeah.
But you know what I think?
What's that?
It is 10:47 at night. I'm freaking tired. Riley's tired.
No, I'm not tired yet.
Yeah, get out of here.
Dude, I still have work to do.
Oh, you have to upload.
I have to upload everything.
But if you love us, make sure to subscribe.
And we love you.
And see you tomorrow.